awesome.
First of all, I must tell you that it's quite a pleasurable experience to sit on the sides and watch a very hard-fought battle, which of course ended up on a one-sided anti-climax thing. But as you remember that in our conversations, I had been maintaining that what outcome it appears to be in the direction that it has come out today. And I'm sure that both sides will look at it in different ways as it suits them. But one thing which has come out is that the politics in India has changed, the politics in India is changing, and the ones who are not keeping up to it are going to be found wanting. And in this case, we see that the Mahagathbandhan is on the other side of it. But as I've been watching the news channels this morning, and your channel as well, that a lot of attribution to the outcome is being given to the 10,000 rupee cash transfer scheme. And it is also being alleged by the opposition as in most cases that the governments in the parties in government have been using these schemes to get votes and win elections. But what I see as an outsider or as someone who has been working inside as well, that the parties talk more about these cash transfers. Like now cash transfers have become a norm. They are being offered by the opposition parties, by the ruling parties. But the thing which they all need to look at is that why does voter trust A party or B party? It is about the credibility. The politicians seldom work to build credibility. It's not necessary that only the parties in government are going to be continuing to offer cash transfer schemes and keep winning elections. There is going to be some boredom, some stalemate, something is going to come up sooner rather than later. But the parties in opposition especially need to know, need to think, need to look at how to build credibility.
Sure, Ankit Tyagi has a question for you, Naresh. Ankit.
I just wanted to ask you, because we've seen, how Nitish Kumar, at least from the beginning of the year, there was a lot of conversation about Nitish Kumar not in the best of the health, who will be, taking the mantle forward, and the question mark around his leadership quality. As a strategist, we have seen how this has been turned by the JDU. What were the key, moments that you thought that the JDU has been able to build a positive campaign around Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, that he's the talk of the town today?
Ankit, I'm again going to reiterate the point which I've been making, that it is about credibility. One person, even if doubts had been cast about the health, about condition of the current chief minister, but still people have come out and voted for the same person. It is about who the voter trusts, and the trust doesn't come just by being in the picture for a limited period of time. You have to be there, you have to sweat it out, and you have to find ways to build credibility so that the voter trusts you over anyone else. And this talk about the chief ministers or the parties in government using these cash transfer schemes as bribery schemes, this tool is available to everyone, and every state is going to go into election, and we will have to see that how these schemes will work for the parties who are for the opposition parties who are alleging that this has been bribed. They have to remember that a credible politician is a rarity these days. You tell me how many people in the society look up to politicians as credible.
Okay, fair point. Veera Raghav has a question for you, Naresh.
One of the defining features, at least at the start of this campaign, was the SIR allegations and the vote chori allegations. Do you believe that as we head into West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, the Congress may have to recalibrate itself on that allegation? Or do you believe that getting more intense with this kind of a victory, because the initial reaction seems to be that, look, this was a fixed match from the start?
Veera, this is absolutely right. They will have to look into it. SIR or issues related around that are not going to fetch you votes. That is for sure. The votes are...
No, you are saying that, Naresh, but Rahul Gandhi is not convinced. He's harping on this issue again and again. He's convinced it's working for him. Regardless of this data, he's not buying that, Veera.
If the electoral outcomes are a parameter to assess whether the people are buying or not, then the result is in front of everyone. Even when the SIR or the vote adhikar yatra was going on in Bihar, many people in Congress were talking about it, and they were talking to me as well, and they could clearly see that this is not fetching them votes. Yes, it was creating a buzz, but it was not fetching you votes. We have to remember that what does the voter need? What does the voter buy? If we are disconnected to that fact, then we are going to be continuing getting the results.
Veera has another question.
No, look, I mean, the consequence to that is that this kind of a defeat, and I'm looking forward because I think 2026 West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala are going to be crucial elections. Do you believe that the Congress becoming a weaker force when it is in negotiations with, let's say, a DMK or even in Kerala as it tries to pull together the UDF, what's the sense that you pick up, the road ahead? I mean, or is it just Bihar contained result for the Congress?
Veera, the first question Congress need to ask when it is negotiating with an alliance partner is what do they bring to the table? They need to be realistic about what value they are adding to the table. Even in the case of Bihar, or whether in the case of UP, the two biggest states, Hindi heartland states, what do they bring as an additional vote to the kitty? Every alliance partner that BJP goes to is adding some vote, whether in a percentage point or multiple percentage points, but what is Congress adding to the kitty? If Congress is not going to be honest about what they bring to the table, then they're going to be found wanting with any partner. And then they say that the alliance partners don't treat them fairly, they don't give them the seats which they can win. But they also need to add value to that. And wherever they are in direct battle with BJP or any other state party, they are going to be found wanting again because they don't connect with the issues which are actually going to matter and make an election outcome.